I'll tell you what, you
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to LoveMy419 from the Harold Jaffe Jewelers Studios. I'm Andrew Z. And this is Bill Delaney and Sandy Eisenberg.
Hi-yo.
And Steve Remy. There it is. He's got his LoveMy419 coffee mug. He's ready for business.
We
got a lot of business to do. We want to talk about healthcare, how Trump screwed that up, right? This is what you want to talk about, Bill. You want to talk about what? also, we talked to Alycia Baumgardner last week.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've got her fight from last Sunday. Got some highlights from that. We're going to talk about the mayor's race. It's coming up. Who should run? Who would you like to see run? We'll talk about that coming up. And what else is going on? Oh, and the retail apocalypse going on around town. It's not just affecting us; it's affecting the country. But we'll talk about that.
It's a nationwide issue.
It is a nationwide issue, so we'll talk about that on the way. So a lot to do this morning on this Sunday, April 2nd. Hopefully you didn't get burned too bad by April Fool's jokes. We'll take a break, come back with more. Love My 419 coming up next. Love My 419 is brought to you by Harold Jaffe Jewelers. Without them, you see this. You don't want to see that, do you? Go check out Harold Jaffe Jewelers. They're on Talmadge, where Toledo gets engaged. Jeff Jaffe's here from Harold Jaffe Jewelers. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello,
How y'all?
Happy morning. Happy April.
Did you go
Hallelujah.
to New Orleans?
Not yet. No, that's coming. The festival's coming up.
Oh, wonderful.
What festival do you go to?
The Jazz Festival in New Orleans. Yeah, we're hoping.
I'm going to the
hoping
Festival
to
of the Yentas.
Oh, that.
And we got
That's a soiree.
Yes, it's a new group that I've named Sandy the president of the Cackling Yentas, the Order of the Cackling Yentas. Her and all her friends get together and critique the show.
I love it.
And we'd love to have
How we
you
doing?
on. We have four members already.
Do we have lunch? Do we play Maj? What do we do?
No, we just kibitz.
Kibitz. They need a little conference room over at Harold Jaffe Jewelers that they can meet once a week.
We do.
Gorgeous, gorgeous jewelry. I was in there the other day. Oh, my heavens. Oh,
Thank you.
Well, you got anything new going on?
We got all kinds of new things going on. One of the new merchandise things, and I wanted to talk about maintenance and service. I think because I need to remind people about that periodically, because every once in a while somebody comes in and if they haven't lost their diamond, they're about to. And I think that
yes.
Cleaning and checking. I tell everybody, and I'll tell the audience, that put it on your calendar like you put your dentist on the calendar. You got to at least every 6 months for cleaning and checking,
or maybe do it at the time change. Like they say.
Well, we do that. We
do that.
We actually have people that do that. Actually, religiously, will do that, and they'll bring their watches in and have us change the time for them too. So,
sure.
Yeah. No. All of that. And then the other thing that I want to bring up is every couple of years you need to look at your insurance valuations to make sure that you're up to date on that, because things change. And just recently we had somebody that unfortunately was way behind on their evaluations, and it didn't didn't work out the way that they would have liked it to have.
Well, and here's the other thing, going back to checking the diamonds, that's not anything that a person can do themselves with their physical eye. You guys have to use the prongs or the tweezers and the magnifying glass. So you need to take it in, because it'd be the worst to not have it done and then lose your diamond.
Yeah, and it's our pleasure, and we don't charge to do it. But
there's no excuse.
I would also tell you that anybody will know if their big diamond or their big stone, whatever it might be, is loose, because sometimes you can either feel it rattling or you can hear it rattling.
Right.
The little ones are the challenge sometimes.
Right.
And we just want to keep an eye on that.
All right, does it for free. Get your jewelry serviced and buy it there at Jeff Jaffe.
Right, beautiful jewels.
Thank you.
Harold Jaffe Jewelers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back to Love My 419. It's for the Harold Jaffe Jewelers Studios. Time for Hot Topics. Let's start with the health care bill, which Trump screwed up pretty bad this past week. He's got historically low approval ratings for the first
Democrats
60
that are
for the first 60 days
on
in
the
office.
surveys.
What's that?
The surveys are all to
all
Democrats.
Oh, yeah.
That was the surveys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, that's not true,
Trust
but
me.
we believe in, what is that called? That the Republicans have mind.
Talking to the microphone.
Farce.
No.
Close.
Are you? Let me ask you a question. Are you still as on board with him, even with all the Russian connections?
Even more so. What Russian connection?
Well, all the rubles they found in his basement.
That's because of Obama.
Obama gave him the rubles.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh,
What is
Bill.
your problem?
We
Bill.
we kind of talked about it. It's like, okay, the man's only been in office how long?
Right.
Not even 60
Not
days.
even
Yeah,
100
you
days.
got 4 years. Okay, you don't have to do it all at once.
And
Yes,
here's
you do.
The,
That's right.
and here's the problem.
Why not?
Here's the problem is that once he won the election, this is a real problem overall. Once he won the election, you got to become presidential. You've got to let some of this stuff go. And he's still he acts like a petulant child still. And so what happens is the people that stuck their neck out looking for change, those are the ones that are peeling off. You've got this 35% that's a hardcore base no matter what he does, but he got up to 45%. And I was even like, let's give him a chance. Let's see what he
Right.
does. But man, you just got to let that stuff go and stop.
Well,
You
why-
can't tit for tat as the president.
Right.
You can't.
1 week, it was the Democrats' fault that the bill failed. This week, it's the Conservatives'
Freedom
fault
Caucus,
that
yeah.
Freedom Caucus that failed. I mean, John Boehner made a wonderful comment in the New York Times, I believe, about they've been talking about it for 8 years and nobody had anything. They weren't doing anything.
That's
in
the
the
bottom
8
line.
years.
Yeah, that's
I
the bottom
think-
line. They should have been, okay, here's what we voted on 60-something times. Let's roll it through.
Let's run it through again.
And act like-
So they really need to just sit down, bite their tongues, talk about the
Yeah.
issues that are important for the American people, for the rich as well as the poor, even more so.
Exactly,
And the middle class.
And Bill's going to get final thought, but I will just say one other thing. It's like they were so worried about repeal. It's like let's fix even there isn't a Democrat that won't say there are things that are
things are
broken.
broken.
That's
Let's
exactly
get
right.
together
That's
and
exactly
fix
right.
what's screwed
All
up.
right, that's the good part.
Go
That's
ahead.
the good part, that they are discussing that.
And they should.
At least he put it on the forefront. At least he gave it a shot. I love it. He stirs the pot, and I love that part of it. Okay,
Well, you're
maybe it
a
wouldn't
But
work.
you're a
Maybe it
rabble
wouldn't
rouser.
work.
And so is he. But at some point, you have to pull the people together. At some point,
Somebody's
you have to
got
stop
a rebel
being
rouse for crying out loud.
not the head of the country.
You want to play kumbaya like the
You
last
have
president
to.
did?
Yes.
No, you don't have to. You do not have to.
Well,
You're the president for everybody.
right.
Right. You're not
Me.
just-
Maybe not you, but me. All right.
Oh man.
God.
All right.
You ought to read a book called, I believe it's called Tyranny by Timothy Porter,
Really? All right.
professor at Yale.
I read Michael
Tyranny.
Savage and Mark Levin.
And they're both wackos.
No, they're not. They know
Well,
exactly
you know-
what they're talking
Go
about.
ahead, Steve.
I'm all for giving somebody a chance. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
But you just have to be smart about how you do it. Gather the information that's needed. Listen to everybody that it affects, and then come out with a strategic plan and slowly implement
That's right.
it.
And I'm
the
gonna
best
put
that
it.
you
I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it.
it out there.
Well, you know
I'm
what
going
the
to put it into a sports analogy real quick. Sports analogy is you're a good winner to where if you beat the snot out of somebody, you're like, man, you had a good game, good job, whatever. Or there's the type of person that goes, yeah, in your face, I told you I was going to
Right.
beat you.
Right.
And then here's the thing, even when he loses, the worst kind is the person that loses then goes, yeah, you what, I still could have beat you. Or this. It's like, dude, stop. You won. Just
Right.
be gracious.
We
But the
had,
thing
we
that
had 8
bothered
years of
me
nothing,
when-
and now we've got something
Oh,
that's
come on
going to
with that 8
happen.
years of
I'm
nothing.
sorry.
That's not
It's
true.
exactly what it is.
Not.
No, you're not. You're not.
Not.
You're not down there
All right.
anymore. Nah, nah, nah.
Speaking.
Bottom line, just let me say
Go ahead,
one thing.
Go.
When the president of the United States says to the guy that wrote the bill, is this a good bill? Oh, gee whiz. Talk to the guy before you ask that question on television. At
Democrats.
least know what the heck you're talking about.
And
oh, my
I
heavens.
think that's one of the problems. Is I think he's a little over his head in the fact that he thought you run it like a business where everyone's doing stuff and you're
There
just
you go.
you're an
And you're-
overseer,
and
but
you're
you
gonna
have
tell
to get
them all
down
what to
into
do.
it.
About
You
time
gotta
we
get-
ran it like a business.
You got to get down into it. And
He
he
did.
doesn't have the care to even care about the nuances. You have
Yeah.
to be nuanced when you're a president, and he
Right.
doesn't have any nuance about him. He's just an overseer.
First of all, he can't tell the Congress that they're not going to have any say in how he changes the tax code. This is not
Tyranny.
tyranny. This is
He
not
is going to
King-
change the
this
tax
is not
code, and it's
King-
going to work.
Yeah,
Well-
this is not King and our
But
poor
do
servants out
you
there.
Could I leave now?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Go,
Yeah.
go.
Don't let the
You
door
three
hit you
are
on the-
pain. You're an absolute
Don't let the
pain.
door
You
hit
have no
you on
idea
the
what you're
way.
talking about. Let's
Oh,
move on.
okay.
All right, you go. All right.
Right.
Well, let's move on to speaking
Well,
of
now
health.
you sound like Donald because everybody
I
else
am
is
Donald
stupid.
Trump right here in
Yeah, he
town.
is. He's Toledo's Donald Trump.
You're right. Don't
It's
you
true.
ever forget it either, lady.
Speaking of which, let's talk local politics. Let's take a break and talk local politics. Mayor's race
yeah.
coming up in September, a few months away. The primary and then the general in November. Who should be running? Because there's rumors out there it's going to be a hot race. Want to know who's running, who you think should run. We'll talk about that and more hot topics coming up next. Hang on. Welcome back to LoveMy419 with Harold Jaffe Jeweler Studios. Andrew Z and Bill Delaney, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Remy. Mayor's race supposed to be a hot one. Of course, the current mayor is going to be running again. You talked last week about Tom Manusky's going to be running. Who should run? Who do you think would make a good mayor?
I told you, Tom Winooski.
Tom, you think that's the
got
guy? He's
common
perfect.
sense.
Then you're perfect with him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with Mayor McCheese from McDonald's.
All right, there you go.
Okay, Steve, you're alone on that. What about you, Sandy?
I think that we need to give Paula some more time to get her administration in the proper way and to have people that come on and talk to her. And one of the biggest problems I see Paula having, who I happen to find is a very bright, very thoughtful, very
That's
kind
true.
woman.
Agree.
Agreed. Agreed.
Quite eloquent, speaks beautifully.
Yep.
She needs to listen to people that know what's going on and how to run city government.
I've had
And
my
that's
private
her-
meeting with her, and
and
that's
that's
exactly
her.
what I said.
That is the biggest issue I find with Paula. I think she's great, and I
So you're
think
thinking
she,
another, what is it, 2-year, 4-year term? Another 4 years, you're thinking?
Yeah, 4 years.
Another 4 years?
Don't forget, she took over when Michael Collins
That's
died.
exactly right.
What she had, about 2 years?
Yeah.
A little-
Yeah,
Maybe 3?
and so, no, less than two.
Less than 2.
Less than
So
two.
the bottom line is she needs to be able to prove to everybody that she can do the job on her name and on her background and on how she can handle the city of Toledo.
One of the issues that the mayors are going to have to, whoever it is, going to have to address is the retail apocalypse that's going on around the country.
Yes.
As a shopper, I know this.
Yeah,
Ditto.
Go to the line.
Yeah.
Macy's, Sears, Kmart,
Right.
MC
Well,
Sports.
Sears and Kmart are one company.
Right. But
Yeah.
the point being is that you look at Fallen Timbers this past weekend. Tilted Kilt, the restaurant went
They
out.
went out.
Regis Hair Salon is going out. There's another
one, I don't know.
a women's clothing store that's going out there. You look at Levis Commons, tons of open spaces there. JB Sarney's shop just went out. Giant Eagle, has gone out of
Yeah,
town.
I miss Giant Eagle. It was a nice shop.
It's
I
interesting.
mean, listen. Forget about Giant Eagle, which is out of I think Akron or wherever. Look at Anderson's,
Look at Anderson. That's
There you
another
go.
one. Yeah, it's just
and that's a really homegrown local store. Unfortunately, they should have
But when you're not
stuck with
making it, then it's
That's
time
right.
to move.
But you know what? The bottom line was when they were doing their fruits and vegetables and all kinds of food items and their bakery and their meats and all that, they were great.
Yeah.
And their plants and their flowers and their
But we've talked about this before, Sandy. And
I
what
know
they
it.
tried to do was stay up with competition, and you
but
can't do
they
all
can't
that.
afford it. They can't afford the kind of buying power that a Lowe's, a Home Depot,
Costco.
Costco.
Well, I think we saw this first assault on retail. The first assault was Walmart and box stores.
Yes.
You started
Right.
once those started coming in, you started to see the smaller mom and pops just disappear. This is
Right.
another wave, 20
Yeah.
years
so
later or
you
whatever.
really need to
Like
buy
Sam's,
local. and make
that started
sure.
that thing with Sam's, and then it
Sam's.
went into Costco.
Yeah.
These big places where you can get really good deals, and that's what it's about.
But you have to buy in
But
bulk.
competition is competition, and that's
Right.
the business world.
Well, but the hard thing is, though, it's how do you, as a retailer, brick and mortar, how do you compete with someone that doesn't have those costs? You know, that doesn't have the
Well,
cost.
It's hard to do.
Right, which we're
but
seeing.
that's what's happening, and now
And we have
with
to change
the
this
online
change.
stuff,
Yeah.
it's taking it away from the
Right.
big stores too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's why you're gonna
Walmart's
have-
downsizing.
Costco, yeah.
That's why you're going to have Amazon doing drone droppings. And,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Well,
this.
it's interesting. I met with a
They'll
big,
break
and
it.
I'll give you a chance, Steve. I met with this big retailer this week who is a $10 billion company, and he said that these stores now they're starting to open what are called try-on locations, to where they're just small locations. All you do is go in there and try the clothes on, and they're going to be shipped to you, shipping free within
like
24 hours. But it's
Everybody's coming up with something.
Right.
We got cars that drive themselves. I mean,
I
this
know,
is going.
The world is
This
changing.
is nuts.
The world is changing. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, I know myself, like a lot of people, and we had this discussion with a couple of friends of mine. When you're a family and you go out of town, what are you looking for? You're looking for the experience. And a lot of these big stores that are struggling, they don't bring you the experience. I mean, you like to go into a store, you like to sample the food, you like to have discussion about the coffee, you like the bulk food, you like to sample things. You go there for the experience. That's part of relaxing, enjoying, and taking a break from a hectic week when you have time to do shopping. You want the experience.
It's a great point, and that's why it was just for a while it was just cost. Well, now you can't as a retailer get your cost down lower than the internet. So now you have to go back to experience because it was experience,
Right.
and then people were just shopping
That's
cost.
right.
So these experience places went out. Now you have to build something
That's
experience
exactly
wise
right.
because you can't compete cost wise. It's going to be interesting.
Right.
It's definitely an issue. And speaking of online, you just bought some.
I didn't buy it.
You bought a pill. What
No,
happened?
I wanted to see what this was going to do.
What is it?
Well,
Explain.
it said it was a male enhancement, and I've heard. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute.
There's only, without getting too graphic, I worry about these male enhancements. There's only so much skin. What are you
I
going to
know.
shoot? You're going to shoot it right on? Yeah, it's going to come from your cheeks. I'm sorry.
Here's the deal. I got to tell you this. So I called this number. I just out of curiosity.
Yeah, you did.
No, I would have tried it. A free pill. Now wait a minute. A free pill for pay shipping $4.95. I'm going to give these two one of the pills if I ever get them. When they came back with the what I had
Invoice,
ordered,
the
the
invoice.
order confirmation, it turned into $50. I said I didn't order that. I ordered one free pill.
But let me ask you, if it worked, would you pay $50 for it?
Damn right.
Could you imagine Bill's grocery list? Apples, guava, cereal, male enhancement.
Pill. So, have you
But
tried it?
everybody's advertising this crap, so I went. No, I would have.
So, did you send it back, or did they
This
not
I
send it?
cancel
not
you.
a
I
family
cancel. I
show.
called 3 different numbers to cancel it, but I want to let people know. Guys won't say this.
Wait,
They won't. I didn't order that.
How did you dial?
Bigger than that. They would have to have those large numbers.
Did you talk to Monique
It's gone.
on the other
It's gotten
end?
too far, right?
Gone too far.
It's gone. It's gone over. We've over the line.
Sandy, you're so weak.
Over the line.
It's left the train. The train's left the station.
This is not a family show.
I just want to save you guys. I'm trying to save you
We
guys
gotta
some money.
take a break.
$50.
Yes, okay. Watch out for those free
Free.
male enhancement pills. We'll take a break. Back to more Love My 419 coming up next. Welcome back to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jeweler Studios. Bill Delaney, Andrew Z, Sandy Eisenberg, and Steve Remy. And Steve, you had a little event, hosted a soiree.
We had a soiree and a party, yes. So the very important group of people in Toledo are social workers, and they're very responsible for taking care of everybody in the hospitals, the doctor's offices,
Right.
and the skilled nursing facilities. So the Darlington Rehab, AmeriCare, Southern Care Hospice, and All Care Pharmacy, we got together and we put on a little party to say thank you for what you do at Calvino's restaurant over in West Toledo.
Check out the highlights.
Well, we were at Calvino's celebrating the best of Toledo's, our social workers, for everything that they do for our community. So we started off with some raffles and some giveaways by AmeriCare Home Health, Darlington Care Rehab, All Care Pharmacy, and Southern Care Hospice. And we celebrated with pizza. I mean, no party's a party without pizza. So we had probably 15 different types of pizza for everybody that attended. We had all the hospitals represented from the Mercy, UTMC, St. Luke's, various skilled nursing facilities, social workers, and everybody just having a great time eating, socializing, talking about current medical trends, things that are just going on, and everybody just unwinding.
Because the values of social work and the health profession, reflect what really people should be like.
It's a wonderful event. The food is really good, but most of all, the dedication that we have here for these social workers on a daily basis, taking care of our residents and referrals for the home care industry. That's what it's all about.
Let me just say, having worked in a hospital and alongside discharge planners that have an enormously difficult job, with the work for you folks at home care agencies, and pharmacies, and rehab agencies, and all the places that help the patients as they're ready to go, we wouldn't be able to do it.
You're welcome to come during National Nursing Home Week, which is May 4th through the 20th to Darlington Nursing Rehab. Check out our website. We'll have events posted every day. We would love to have the community come in and see what we're doing here in the Old Orchard neighborhood right outside the University of Toledo campus.
Man, I'm stuffed. The pizza was great and the sangria was unbelievable. Calvino's is a great place to have what we had today. Thank you to our social workers. Our social workers are an integral part of taking care of many of the people in our community, and this is our way of saying thank you. So when we come back, we'll have more Love My 419.
Welcome back to Love My 419. All right, before we get out of here, we interviewed her last week, Alycia, the Baumgardner, Fremont's own. Had a fight last Sunday. We interviewed her right hours before the fight. It only lasted a few seconds.
Right.
Wow.
This girl is bad. So I want to show you some highlights real quick.
Bad in a good way.
Yes. Show you some highlights real quick before we get out of here.
Here we go. Here we go. Want you to get a workout. Can we get a workout one day? Yeah.
And now for your winner. At 1 minute, 3 seconds of the first round for your winner by I got a feeling they all know where to keep track of you, but let these people know where they can find you on social media.
You can follow me on Facebook at Alycia Baumgardner and Fight Time.
Congratulations to Alycia. What a great job. Also, congratulations to Wauseon basketball team down at State. They had a great season this year. So congratulations to those guys.
Add to that, congratulations to Acceleration Gymnastics. The girls won state championships.
Woo woo!
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Sandy, final thought from you?
Mud Hens opener is April 13th. Looking forward to that.
As always.
As always, brings lots and lots of folks downtown to see all the good stuff that's going on down there, and good luck to the Hens this year.
And my final thought is to all Sandy's friends, all the cackling yentas that watch, and and tell her how bad the show is, and we can change this and this and this. It ain't changing. We love it.
We're changing
Ladies.
him.
Okay, do I get the last one?
So sorry, you got to do is stop telling Sandy how bad it is. It's a great show. She started a new group, the Cackling Yentas. She's looking for members. If you'd like to be a member of Sandy's group, hit us up on Facebook.
I want to be part of that group.
Sandy and Steve's group.
Part of that group.
The Cackling Yentas.
He's already part of the group.
Cool. I'm in.
Good man.
Final thought, Steve?
Cackling.
All right,
Steve?
final thought, Bill?
Hey, gosh. I want to say thank you to Mr. John Husted, who I hope is our next governor, for what he has done here in Toledo. Thank you, John. We appreciate it.
Yeah, he got rid of James Hartley off the Board of Elections.
Yes.
Good move, Mr.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
All right, there you go. For Steve Remy, Sandy Eisenberg, Bill Delaney, I'm Andrew Z. You guys have a great week.
Yep.
Coming up next, the Today Show right here on NBC 24. We'll see you next Sunday at 7:30. Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.